Okay.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I don't got too much of an issue with it. You know, I've talked with the alder, you know, between going to budget and public safety, which is best. You know, I've also said, why not just the full board? Maybe some of these things would be a health matter. So maybe health and human services want to know like what those expenditures are. You know, I do think, I think it's important, especially with the recent like spending we've seen in the sheriff office, that we make some corrective action. My fear is, you know, making this a an action that goes on kind of forever, even beyond the sheriff. You know, we talked about this in the last committee. Why just do this to one department, not others? So I get where the alderman is going with it, and I know there's another amendment maybe that kind of makes this a probationary period to assess, since there has been some mismanagement of funds, that it's not like a lockdown, but it is the board taking action to be transparent of what funds are being spent and being kind of that oversight branch. So
Sure.
that's all I have.
Great. Thank you so much.
President Green.
No questions. I'll just say that this is pretty similar to what we're requiring of the mayor's office around the Rams funds at the moment, except we're making the mayor's office actually come in front of us instead of just do a report. And so I think this is just another way to create transparency and make sure as a board of aldermen, we are appropriately exercising our oversight and checks and balances authority over budgetary matters. So,
you know, I guess my big concern with it is no enforcement mechanism, right? If they don't follow it, what's the actual thing? It's the sign saying on the door saying "Do not enter," or "Do, I'm a sign, not a cop," right? So we actually need something that actually has some teeth to it. And the other part of the frustration I have here is actually originally where the comptroller said, we don't know when they write checks, right? So I am glad to see that amendment just pass, although I'm a little befuddled at why it sunsets. I think that takes away a little bit, so that's kind of a, hey, great, and then, oh no.
If I'm not mistaken, I know he's cut the top. He's cut administration and brought in more rank and file. Those individuals actually would help with the transport, correct? If he's cut the top folks, I'm assuming top-heavy folks aren't transporting the people to the jail.
Absolutely.
It would be the everyday deputies that are transporting the people to the jail, and you all receive more staff since he's cut the top.
And when he keeps saying I trust me, every time he would say that, I would cringe, because he would say we full to the capacity. And I'm saying, dude, we short. I mean, why would you say that when we have hospital run, or when the correction has an inmate that has to be housed in the hospital, we have to sit on that inmate.
As somebody who's supportive of shirt, but honestly, it seemed like it's night and day of, you know, you saying there was less manpower under Betts, but we was able to do it. But we have more manpower. I got you, Judge. I got you.
The inside ball.
Let me finish this point. Let me finish this point.
Right.
But now there's more manpower and there's like no transport.
All right, here it is. Vernon Betts fought with the judges all the time, to the point that he yanked security protecting jurors, judges, and staff, and put them into transport so that he could please his relationship with the mayor's office.
To the extent that there is an issue with deputies, having enough deputies to do this duty, I'm a practical guy, and my practical suggestion to the office would be cut out the extracurricular contracts. Right now, the sheriff has a contract, multiple contract with the St. Louis Treasurer's Office. We heard about the contract in the Public Utility Committee about providing deputy service at various parking garages. If the sheriff is truly short-handed, then perhaps those are the kinds of things that he should drop and focus on the responsibilities this office has long had. Again, that's my practical response.